Welcome to Mumble Mondays episode 4. Today I'm going to talk about the UFC card which will be held at the White House in 2026. I think this is to honour 150 years of independence for America. Donald Trump mentioned that there'll be 40,000 people at the White House, and this will not happen. I can't see it happening. I don't know a lot about organising fights or booking venues or whatever, but when it comes to the White House, to have 40,000 people on the grounds of the White House, it's going to be insane. And every single person's history's got to be checked. They've got to get DBS checked. They've got to make sure that they don't have criminal convictions and all of that jazz. Like, I just don't see how it's possible to get 40,000 people. I think you're probably looking at 1,000, 2,000 people, hand-selected people, invite only. Donald Trump was kind of talking like it would be for the average fan, but let's be honest, one, the average fan isn't going to be able to afford a ticket at the White House because they're going to be extortionate. And two, the vigorous checks and security that are going to be there, surely they're not going to be able to get 40,000 people on the grounds as well. Like, I'm sure the grounds are big, but if they want to do it out the front, I just don't see how that's possible at all. Dana White has come out and said that Jon Jones is not to be trusted anymore. So it's really nice to see that Dana White has finally erased those naked pictures that Jon Jones keeps on threatening him with, because that's obviously what's going down, because you wouldn't pander to someone that much unless they had a lot of dirt on you. So it's good that they've been erased, because he seems to be sticking up against Jon Jones and saying he cannot put him in any major matchups anymore because he's too much of a liability, whether that's court cases, holding up divisions, or just generally being a dickhead. And yeah, I think with Jon Jones, like, he's upset Dana White a bit. I think Dana White thought he could trust him to say the right things in and around the fight with Tom, and he kind of shifted the blame onto Dana. And when Dana got told about this at a press conference, he kind of was like, really? Like, that's not what's been going on at all. So that's another interesting thought there. And it's just nice to see that Dana White is actually standing up and being like, no, we're not going to have a circus act here, and we're going to keep it professional. You move on, do your thing. Who cares? Do you guys think that this card will be like America versus the world? I feel like it will be. I feel like there will be an American fighter in every single fight. Basically, even if you like almost American, or you train in America, like, you know, like Habib trained at AKA. Well, you can't really do that because it's Russia. That's what they should do. They should do an American-Russia card. That'd be crazy. I think that it will be. I think it will be like American throughout. The only thing that makes me think it won't be is there's no American champions except from Kayla Harrison. So, yeah, they haven't got a lot to go on. They haven't got a lot to go on if they want to make championship fights. If they do want to make championship fights, I think they should put like 3-4 championship fights on it. I know that kind of mucks up the whole year, but like Dana says, he likes doing one-in-a-lifetime things, and this will be a one-in-a-lifetime card. So why not do it? Imagine having like a bantamweight, a heavyweight, a middleweight, and let's say a welterweight title all on the line. Like, bro, that would be insane. Talk about UFC 318. That just happened today, and it was a banger card. I actually really enjoyed it. The prelims kind of carried the whole card. The main event wasn't that good. I don't know how Kevin Holland didn't finish my man, but you know, and I don't know how Kevin Holland didn't get finished as well, to be fair. But let's talk about the main event. The main event was superb. When Max dropped Dustin in that first round, I couldn't believe it. It was the first time I saw Max at lightweight where I thought, this guy's got some power behind his shots. Like, he might, I thought he was going to finish Dustin. Like, I actually thought he was going to finish Dustin, knock him stone dead, if I'm honest. But didn't happen. Dustin recovered well. He's a veteran, knows what he's doing, and he actually dropped Max in the second round. Dustin's corner was feeding him the wrong information, saying, "Oh yeah, that round was ours," when it clearly wasn't. I think I gave Max 4 rounds. I can't remember. I think I gave Dustin the second round or the third. It might have been the third, actually. I've only watched it once, and that was live, so you have to bear with me. I think it was only the third round I gave him. Max was doing his thing. He got popped with a few shots. You know, Max has been dropped by Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, and Ilya now. So this whole narrative about Max doesn't get dropped, he definitely does at 155. And obviously Ilya hits like a truck, so he's like an exemption. So it's interesting. Max at 155 is very interesting. I think the fight to make is Charles Oliveira. They're both fan favourites. They're both former champions. They're both stylistically obviously add up to a good matchup, if that makes sense. They've both just been beaten by Ilya. Obviously, was at featherweight, but still, you know, why not? And their first fight ended with a shoulder injury, which was controversial in the first round. So why not get that matchup? Get that matchup done. I really want to see Max versus Charles. Don't feed him to Ilya, please. If Max gets knocked out by a featherweight Ilya, goes up, beats Dustin Poirier in not a close match, but Dustin had his moments, and then gets knocked stone dead again by Ilya at lightweight, what does Max do? Max is calling for that fight, and I just think, I know he's got to back himself and stuff, but I just think, why would you want that fight? Build yourself up a bit more. Yeah, you could get chinned by someone lesser, but at the end of the day, if you do, then you're never ready for Ilya at 155 anyway. You know, I know that's kind of how it doesn't work, but you know what I'm saying? I don't like immediate rematches, if I'm honest. I think immediate rematches should only happen if the fight is super, super close. And I know it's not an immediate rematch, and I know it's at a different weight class, and as well, he did beat up the number one contender at lightweight at the time in Justin Gaethje, but a lot's happened since then, man. You can't just, oh yeah, I did it like over a year ago now, or just a year ago now, like, so I'm ready. No, mate, you went down, got chinned, came back up, fought a good fight, beat a veteran, but he is an old veteran. He's getting on. He's not in his prime anymore. I would say his prime days were like Dan Hooker, Connor. That's when he looked impeccable. Dustin in his last few fights have looked a bit scrappy, a bit less calculated. And Dustin's always been scrappy, but he just looks a little less calculated. So let's not feed Max to Ilya, and let's have him versus Charles. What a banger. That could headline. For the BMF as well. Why not? For the BMF. Sells even more. I think the BMF's stupid, but that, you know what I'm saying, why not? Let's do it. But Dustin, what a legendary fighter. One of my favourite fighters. One of the best to ever do it that never did it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of the best ever who didn't win a belt. It's shocking to think he didn't win a belt. He almost should have won a belt. Like, he almost is a belt, if that makes sense. Every time he fights, it's like a main event, if not a main event, and it should be a main event. He's sick. I rate him a lot. I think we all do. He's a fan favourite. He gets in there, he gets dirty, not scared to have a scrap. You know, he's not spamming takedowns and all that jazz that a lot of people don't like. I don't mind it, but it is what it is. So it is sad to see Dustin go, but I'm excited to see what's coming up, because we need to, you know, I've been watching MMA for 10, 15 years now, and we need to shuffle it about. We need to shuffle it about a bit. We need the older guys to move on a bit, and I'll probably get a bit of hate for that, but at the end of the day, it is that time. Like, the Justins, the Dustins, the Charles, like, they're getting on now, and we need to see some. I feel like Justin, Dustin, Charles, Islam, Hooker, basically them four have been fighting in lightweight for like 30 years, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm 29, so that says something. I just feel like it's going on for too long now. It's kind of like lightweight's so stuck in the past, in my opinion. Obviously, it's getting a bit newer. Gamrot, you got Paddy, you got Ilya, but let's see the whole shift. You know, a bit of a rambling one, but these videos are for the rambling vibes, or whatever you want to call it. So I hope you enjoyed this Mumble Mondays, and I hope to see you next Monday.